Okay, first of all, like, only the first block is owned by the private company. This is public sidewalk.
Yeah.
This is their property.
Yeah.
Public sidewalk. As
Yeah, you're right about that.
This is public sidewalk and this is private property.
Yeah.
That's the sidewalk. So if we sit on the sidewalk, you can't give us a ticket. We're not obstructing the sidewalk because it's only obstruction if a person tries to step over you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If a person has to step over you to continue down the sidewalk, then it's obstruction.
What if your right to sit on the sidewalk is taken away?
But
How would it impact your life?
it wouldn't impact my life big time, but it's. I mean, I don't think impact is the right word. I think the fact that you should be able to do it. I mean, if that's part of what we're allowed to do in this country, if we're not hurting anybody, I don't see what the problem is. It's not going to impact my life where I'm going to, go cry or something, or have to go seek emotional support. But if you take that away, then what's next? You can't have backpacks this size. You can only have backpacks this. Which is what they're doing with this, by the way.
Yeah.
And well, then who decides which one's big? And then does it become color? And then pretty soon you don't like my earlobes. And then before you know it, I'm on a train going to a camp somewhere. So.
And how's it feel being out here with your dogs and stuff?
That's my part here. It's a bit difficult outside. I mean, it makes them a stronger breed, a stronger dog, but I can tell that she's uncomfortable. She's always shivering outside. Just being over here, it actually helps because the heat from the BART station helps us out. If we're not allowed to sit over here, my dog's gonna freeze. Not just saying that she's gonna freeze, but I could freeze myself. There's only one spot we can go to that I can actually bring a dog. So if they take away our right to sit down out here, it's gonna affect me greatly because I have no place to go. I don't have an ID yet, so I can't get a job to get an apartment. Therefore, I need places to sit down outside so I can actually get my day together, figure out what I'm gonna do. If I'm being hassled by a cop, I'm not gonna be able to do anything all day. So I'm constantly gonna be having to move around. I'll never be able to get to appointments because I won't be able to sit down somewhere and wait for my appointment without being hassled. I won't be able to go wait in lines for at homeless places and sit down on the sidewalk if my legs start getting tired because I'm gonna have to worry about getting a ticket somewhere.
So this line law, the city law will affect you big time.
Great.
How long have you been on the streets?
I'm from Rhode Island. I've been on the streets about almost 7 years.
7 years here in California, just in general.
8 months.
8 months in California. Have you been getting cited or harassed by the police often?
On Telegraph, I got cited twice for sitting down, and I said that law hasn't been put into effect yet, so you can't really do anything about it. And I ripped the ticket up in the cops' face.
Yeah, so if you get cited, you should bring it down to that.
Because you're not blocking the sidewalk. I could walk. And you know what I'm saying?
If I'm blocking, usually somebody will come along and be like,
Another thing that's ridiculous about, like me personally, I know a lot of people forget what the date is. Like we don't know Monday, Tuesday, if it's the 5th or the 6th. That's really easy to forget out here. Plus, when we get the tickets, we're gonna have to show up in court. If we don't show up in court or forget to go to ticket, that becomes a warrant. And then that warrant leads to a jail sentence. Not only are we being hassled out here on the street, they're taking our freedom away. We're being basically kicked out of a city where we can't sit down anymore. We got to go somewhere else. It's like we're being like exiled out of here. Or the consequences, getting a jail sentence, fines we can't pay. I mean, I'm out here to juggle,
And then what happens? You go to Santa Rita?
Yeah.
And then they drop you, let you go in the middle of the night, and you have to try to find your way back.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of hurdles.
This is my shopping cart too, and I'd be lucky if they take some of the gear at my shopping cart. Most likely they just leave it there on the street, so it gets pillaged, and now I'm out of everything. The little I did have, gets taken.
So what do you think we should do to end the stereotyping, to dissolve it?
But to know that we once too were in civilization as well. We just some of us have lost our jobs, some of us got evicted. So therefore, some of us are out here. Yes, the streets do demoralize some people, but it's not like that with everybody.
Right.
People need to realize that yes, we're just like everybody else walking around out here. If we get tired, yeah, we're gonna want to find a place to sit down.
Right.
We're gonna want. We might be able to every once in a while sit down inside of a restaurant because we get up a couple of bucks here and there. But it's not always like that. We need places outside to sit down so that we can be comfortable. That's what everybody in the world's looking for, is comfortability. By them putting that law on the plate, they're gonna take away our comfortability. Then what's there to live for? We don't really have much out here to live for as it is. We're trying to survive out here, getting what we need for shelter, food, and supplies. We don't need people out here hassling us about our day-to-day activities. If we're not affecting anybody directly, leave us alone.
It's very unfair for the city to say that people can't sit on the sidewalk because there's not a lot of places for us to go to hang out as youth and as a homeless person. I would say that, you know, for us to set up our stands and stuff like that, it's dignity. It's just good. You know what I mean? It's a good place, and it gives the city a healthy look.
You know, it isn't just street performers like me or homeless people. It could be you. You could be walking and feel dizzy and need to sit down. And should you be ticketed for that? No. So don't let them take away your rights as an American and a human being.
So we started in front of Cody's, which was originally set up as a free speech area by Fred Cody himself back in '69. So basically what I'm hoping is people will kind of spread up and down Telegraph and you know, because sitting is the protest, because that's what they're trying to make illegal. They've already made lying against the law back in '98, and they're using obstructing the sidewalk when people clearly aren't doing that.
And I am here to advocate against the sit and lie ordinance. And Julia Vandegrail gave me a poem to read, and it's about crackdown on street teenagers. The young street kids aren't violent or crazy or screaming. They just sit around cuddling puppies and each other. And they have to stand up to bother somebody. And it's not too much trouble. They share crumbling day-old donuts and black nail polish. And I write about them. The city just sent a big police presence to arrest my poems. There's 2 cops cars on the avenue, 3 of you count the one that went up the next block, a pair patrolling the sidewalk, and a huge black paddy wagon. And I think I saw in an Al Patron movie, all this to arrest my poems. And I can't go downtown to get them back eventually the way people do with the tow-away car. The sidewalk is unconventionally clear. There should be kids in black t-shirts and spiking leather bracelets, occasionally slapping a broken string guitar. There should be a girl with an orange dreadlock and braids, beating her small drum with her belly button, and there should be a boy drawing happy monsters on the pavement with colored chalk. The city says teenagers block doorways and are bad for business. But poetry is my business, and this crackdown is bad for my business.
Okay, so we're here today from Suitcase Clinic and Habitat for Humanity because we believe in justice, and we feel that public space should remain public, and that making it illegal to sit down isn't going to solve any of our problems, but just increase the prices that we pay for citations and tickets and criminal justice that doesn't need to be spent, and it should instead be spent on helping out our neighbors and our community.
I'd just like to say that I think it's crazy to make a law against sitting down. That's just so un-American. I can't believe that someone would even try to do that. It's just crazy. And if they got away with it, I would be really discouraged. So let's make it not happen, all right?